everyone, welcome back to this Research channel. So today we just go ahead with some new vocabulary, and then we'll talk on those words, how their meaning is, and we'll make some sentences with those words, and then we'll also illustrate something about those words. Okay, so the first word is what? Ostensible. You know what do you mean by ostensible? That means appearing to be true, but that's not necessary, so you can just talk on use that word when something is necessary, that must be what truth, but that's not necessary because that is already discussed somewhere, or that has already discussed, by someone, or we have already a little knowledge about that word. So that even coincident or anything, that could be anything, but we are not just carrying on that word. So that means ostensible. And the another one word is what? Obfuscate. To make something what? Ambiguous or deliberately. So in that case, don't obfuscate anything, because if you make something talk with your own intentions or something like that, when the when you are a listener or the receiver who's around who the people are around you, they has to get proper info from you, brothers. They has come here to get proper information from you, but you are not what actually working as you has to work. So that in that case, there's a talk, and you can't be very you're not very become a very serious person. Seriousness is not a matter, but you're actually at this time very very boss, and you shouldn't be like that. So you have to you must have a clear, lucid what perception to share among people, and then you can move ahead. So if you don't have, then that situation will seen as a very ephemeral situation. What do you mean? What do you mean by ephemeral? Ephemeral means that is the shortest way, or shortest, that's applied on just for shortest things, and that can be applied for long words and long events. Anything, maybe there can be anything, but we can't use that for long term, just for that is just for temporary, but not for permanent. So in that case we can use that word. And in the same way, magnanimous. What do you mean by the magnanimous? That means a person who is very generous and also forgiving. In that case, I have sorry for that word, because there used to be a man. There was a man who was very forgiving and also kind, having lots of money, and he has also a lot of property. But he was. But still, he was all the people, all of the no, no, other people are very what calling ruthless or what troll around him, but the one who is very magnanimous, kind, generous, and compassionate, that is that person. uh, but we have having a lot of money doesn't shows your character, can't reveal your, that can't reveal your character, how you are. So for that you have to be very generous, heart from heart, not from the appearance. So in the same way, um, you can contribute a lot of thing among the communities member or the people who need. You can give them as provide financial amounts and economic support as charity, and that's need, brother, and you have to do. And in the same way, all this word that we have discussed here is really crucial. And the another words are what? We don't we don't know little, and we cannot memorizing at this time, but we can take a pause for those who we just go ahead without wasting any time, guys. So that's it. So that's my vision, and that's the strategy, because with the video will here is shooting not stoply. So even the things are very notable, or what concepts here, but we don't care. We're just going ahead and never fall in a perilous way. And even the situation is very dilapidated, but there is some miseries, and you can have a lot of things to come out of from that problem, bro. So never think you don't have anything, and everything will be everything you will have. And but it takes time, so never ever care that anyone is interfering you and insulting you, brother, the time will come and you don't even care, and that will what I don't care. But hey guys, I had a pause it for the for 4 5 seconds because there were people coming into this room, so that I get stuck at a point. So be very circumspect before saying anything or acting anything, guys, brother. So if you're not, then you can lead yourself and make a proper strategy for that. So you have to be very cautious, or you must have a proper strategy. So what without having you don't need to intransigent anyone's perspective, because you have a little knowledge and you have to go with that positivity, and never ever shows your status or something like that in somewhere like social media. That must be what that must be private, brothers. So you have to there's a must you have to apply the little what condition of privacy. You have to apply that situation and amplify over everything. So that doesn't matter you are going from where, but it's really matter that what you are actually doing at this time. Even if you are even if you are giving up, then why don't you think about your parents, brothers? Because they are here for a long time and still working for you, and they are not, even they are in a perilous way, and the financial situation is very bad, but they are still going ahead. This is the proof that you can also do in the same way that like they are doing, brothers. So never ever think you the journey is finished here. So you don't have to say in this way, because you have to do any at any cost. We don't care even the situation is very hideous, or like freezing, but we will work as a very stunning persons, or a dazzling, and we will make our hot life dazzling, and that's the situation. That's the only thing that I ever want. I don't care about the people who are with me, and I'm still alone, and I can live alone, brothers. So never ever depend on anyone's. So being a contingent person is really, I don't know, the pronunciation isn't coming properly, and that's still flawed, But we don't have to. Only thing I want to say that don't depend on anyone's, because if you depend on anyone's, then a lot of problem you will be very first. You can be fearless persons, so if you can be fearless person, then you can go ahead with your own life, so in that case you lose your identity, brother. If you depend on other people, you have to make your own identity in the society, in a community, so if you want to get that, then you have to work hard and be very conscientious persons. And if you can't do, then no one will see your, and the existence won't remain forever. So that's the reality. So live in reality, brothers. So don't go with the myth, so everything here are, if you are thinking that you are enjoying and that's your life, then you are actually in a myth, and that's not your life, brother. So come out from that illusion. That is also like a time loop, brothers, because you are not living in real life. You have to live in real life, and you have to go walk in the field, and then you could learn a lot of things, brothers. So having enough knowledge about something isn't mean that you are successful, or you can do anything. Anyhow you have to work on the field, and somewhat you feel awkward, embarrassed, but that's just for temporary time, and over times everything will up disappear, and that must be, because you are actually performing well, and you will perform well. So that's why never ever care that you can't, so that is really, maybe even the condition, your mental and physical condition is dismal, but you stay. I recommend you guys to go ahead without stopping, so if you stop on the time, then the whole journey will stop at a point, and you will stuck at a point. Then you can go ahead, and you just look behind, but you have actually crossed a lot of your limit and restriction, because you have already get it up from those problems, but you are thinking that you can do. And maybe it might be really dismal or miserable if you can perform well. This is, it must be, it's a human feelings, but you don't need to worry a lot. So that's it, guys.